What's up, guys? Welcome back to another adventure. Today we're in a different location and we're going to be doing some stuff with paint today instead of pencil and color pencils. I've been hired to do this project, so instead of painting on like canvas or paper, we're going to be painting on nothing else but bricks. And here they are. This is the best one out of all of them. It's the least chipped. Anyway, my plan for these is to turn them into books. So I got hired to paint around 10 of these to make them look like books. They're going to go in a fairy garden. Today I will be doing 2 of the most requested by my client, and that is going to be The Secret Garden and Little Women. So this one I'm going to use for The Secret Garden. And anyway, these bricks are very heavy, and my fingers are probably going to get really messy. This brick right here is pretty messy. You can see the green on it and those big chips, but we're going to make it work. Hopefully some primer will help cover that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and prime these and get the base coat on and get them like completely ready for details. I'll probably sketch out a design on this one because it's going to be more complex. So anyway, let's get into it. Okie dokie, so I already have this one painted, ready for details. You can see I did sketch out a little bit on it. I'm going pretty fast here, but this took a while. This project actually took 2 days. This one in particular did. The other one, Little Women, that you'll see in a little bit, only took like an hour. Thankfully, these don't have super long drying times. They do, absorb the paint pretty well and pretty quickly. So the design here was pretty simple, just, a door, gate, whatever you want to call it, in a stone fence. And then I added in some vines that you'll see later. But yeah, this is really fun. It definitely tested my painting abilities. And not all of these brick books, I don't know what you want to call them, bricks or books, but not all of these will be this detailed. Some will have more detail on the side that's supposed to be the spine. That being said, I was hoping to turn this into a series, so do like 2 bricks per video, and I was thinking that, we could go with that and see how y'all like them. Now, with this being such a long project, I had to speed it up a good deal because I didn't want to bore y'all with just watching me paint super slowly. Writing on these was probably the hardest thing because writing with a paintbrush is very hard because you're having to, deal with the paintbrush spreading out, the more pressure you put on it, but then also the amount of paint does not get on there as easy. Here I'm working on the spine. I just decided to put some leaves. Later I decided they looked kind of plain, so I went ahead and added in some little pink flowers, which you'll see in a little bit. Now, The Secret Garden was written by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and all of those names are pretty long, so I didn't have space to put every single one spelled out on the cover, as you could see. So I just use the middle initial, not abbreviated. I love The Secret Garden. It's a really cute story. Definitely one that I enjoy. Anyway, I'll just leave you to watch the paint process. So enjoy. Alrighty, so now I'm working on the second brick book, which is Little Women. I thought I'd go ahead and add in the pages. I showed you earlier how I still had the sides to do, but I've done that already, so there. Now I'm just showing you the finished product of The Secret Garden. I love it, absolutely love it. Anyway, back to Little Women. So, sorry, that was an abrupt change. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to lay everything out on this one. Like I said, this one's a lot more simple, so it won't take nearly as long, especially since I did some of the prep work already. Like, I went ahead and drew in the pages along with the other one, and I had it completely ready for me to detail. I plan to do that with each one now. Instead of filming from like base brick all the way through finished product, I plan to have like the base color and the pages already painted on, so that way it's, just the detailing. I figure that'll be more fun, more enjoyable for y'all to watch, because at this point it's just watching me paint color until it gets to the detail, and that takes a while, so I want to spare y'all that boredom. But anyway, I'm using a color called Antique Gold to write and to do the details on this one. I absolutely love this paint. I love it more than the Antique Gold. In this paint brand that I use, they have Antique Gold and then they have Metallic Gold. And I love the Metallic Gold for some things, but my favorite is this Antique Gold, because this one has more of a vibrant hue to it. I think that's the right word. I hope I'm using those words right. And the metallic one is honestly more dull. It's easier to overlook on projects, so it has to be like the right thing. Anyway, I went simple with this spine design, just doing a little gold diamond in the middle. On the front, though, I think I'm going to paint a little fairy, since fairies are little. Anyway, I love the story of Little Women. My family grew up, or my sisters and I grew up watching a movie that closely followed the book of Little Women. And it wasn't a set tradition, but it was kind of a tradition where around Christmas time and the holidays, we would get that out and watch it. A lot of times it'd be me and my sisters and my mom, and sometimes we could even convince my dad to come watch it. I loved those times. They were so much fun. That was a very enjoyable movie. My favorite character from the movie was Beth. She was always so sweet and quiet, but then I also really loved Marmee. She was great. She reminded me a lot of my mom, just because of how she's always, taking care of everyone and making sure that even in the hard times, everyone else is okay. And that just reminds me a lot of my mom. She's always looking out for her children and her family. Always, making sure everyone's okay, they have what they need. And anyway, hi Mom. Anyway, we have a little head and dress here for the fairy. I'm going to add some arms and legs now. This was so much fun drawing this tiny fairy. I absolutely loved it. My favorite part was probably the hair. Ignore that wonky arm there. My paintbrush kind of slipped a little bit, and yeah, we're just gonna say she's dancing. she's dancing, that's it. She's not got a wacky arm. Anyway, I don't know if I should name this little fairy or not, but oh goodness, sorry about that loud noise. My two cats are chasing each other. Anyway, I think I need to lengthen her dress a little bit. We want her to be modest. She's showing a little bit too much leg. So, let me just do that real quick. and then we'll get on with the hair and then the wings. I think I'm also going to have her hold a little basket of flowers. Hopefully we can get that to look good. The problem with like finding all these paints, if I mix them, using all these paints, not finding them. If I mix the colors to make a new one, I have to make sure that I mix enough, especially on these bricks. Like this blue color, that's the cover of the color. The color of the cover. Gracious, my English was not working there. I mixed that with the green from the Secret Garden and then a different blue. And I got a little nervous that I wasn't going to have enough, but I had more than enough. It's happened to me before where I'm like scraping literally the last drops of the paint to get it to complete whatever I'm doing. Anyway, I want her to have like kind of loose, wavy hair. And I want it to just kind of have, I don't know what to call it, I guess a fairy feel. That's kind of cliche, but I really just want it to have like a flowy, carefree look to it. And I think it's working. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do the hair. Oh, and I have something really great for the wings. I have this glitter paint. If you see on the plate, and yes, I'm using a paper plate for my paints. If you see on the plate, below the little blue dot, there's a clearish white blob of paint. That is glitter paint, and I wanted to add it to her wings to make them more whimsical and magical. Anyway, so there's the basket. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place with these details. But anyway, I think the basket turned out cute. It's nice and round like I wanted it to be, and it's not too big for her. Let's see. Oh, gracious. My AC unit starts making weird noises. Of course, whenever I go to record a video. Let's see here. Trying to remember. Oh, yes, this tool. I forgot I had this tool, and I really wish I would have remembered it when I was doing the writing, because this is a dotting tool. It has these small ends that you can dip in paint. It's actually a clay tool, but I like to dip them in paint and use them to write, and I like to use them for small details. This is actually perfect to use for the little flowers. It's just, tiny dots that it brings out unless you use it to write. But I really, really like it. It helps it not feel so awkward trying to do it. Like, if I have a tiny brush or a tiny pen, I'm going to use that, even if it is having to color in a huge space, because I feel like I can control it easier. Anyway, here we go with the wings. I love the shape of the top wing that I just did. I love it. I really love the way this little fairy is turning out. She's so cute. Ooh, I might add a flower in her hair too whenever I do the flowers. I think that'd be a good idea. Anyway, I had a lot of fun doing these bricks, and I can't wait to do more. I'm trying to narrow down my options for the next, theme of them. It's really hard because there's a lot of options. I'm trying to decide between 3 right now to do in my next video, and I can only do 2 in my next video because these things take a while. But I'm thinking I might do Gone with the Wind and Charlotte's Web next. Maybe. Not saying that for sure. Don't get your hopes up if you want to see the next video on that. Those will get done eventually. Those are 2 I'm definitely going to do. And I wish all of the bricks were as smooth as the Secret Garden one. But some of them, they're going to be a little bit trickier to work on because of all the chips. But we're gonna make it look good. These are supposed to look like old books that have been well loved. So that'll work in our favor, kind of. I showed these to my client after I finished these, and she loved the way that the top corner of this one looked with the blue being off from the top of the pages. She really liked that. She thought it was really cool how you could see the pages through it and thought it looked a little bit more, like an actual book. I kind of love the texture that the brick is giving to the paint. It looks kind of like a hardcover book if you use your imagination. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should add to this because it's already looking pretty great. Let's see. It's hard to tell because I don't want to overcomplicate it, but at the same time, I don't want to leave it too blank. I'll be done with it. It's fine. So here we have the finished product. We have our beautiful Little Women book. I really enjoyed this project. These things are so heavy. These things are really heavy. There's a little bit up close so you can see how the little fairy turned out. I wish you could see the glitter more. Anyway, there's the spine. And yes, I love it so much. I love the way the pages turned out. So, I'm so excited to do more. Anyway, we have that one completed. And then we have the other one that we did. Here they are together. They're so cute. I love them, and I love the way they turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I hope you come back for the sequel. So, I can't wait to do it. Hopefully that'll be out soon. I'm having to juggle this a little bit. Anyway, have a great day, guys.